You sit down, close your eyes, and expect a wave of serene mental calm. Instead, your body enters a state of involuntary shock. Within minutes, your skin may flush with heat or sweat. Your limbs might twitch. The floor can feel like it is tilting, or you might see sudden bright flashes of light behind your eyelids. Many beginners interpret these sensations as a sign of spiritual progress, or more commonly, as evidence that they are failing at the practice. In reality, these are predictable biological reactions that occur when the body is forced into an unfamiliar state of stillness. This phase marks the onset of systemic physiological adjustment, the specific window where the body begins to alter its internal set points for blood pressure, heart rate, and oxygenation. Feeling physically strange is the first measurable evidence that your nervous and circulatory systems are actively adapting to a new metabolic state. The process begins with a correction of a common physical habit, weak diaphragmatic breathing. Most beginners start with shallow chest breaths that barely engage the lungs. This creates an unstable supply of oxygen. In response, the brain triggers immediate adjustment reactions, leading to bouts of yawning, to sudden sleepiness, or even sudden tears as the respiratory system struggles to find a steady rhythm. As the breathing deepens and becomes more consistent, the volume of oxygen in the bloodstream rises, and internal circulation begins to accelerate. This surge of oxygenated blood shifts the body into a state of recovery. Blood flow is diverted back toward the internal organs, stimulating the digestive tract and triggering the release of metabolic heat and trapped gases. This is why practitioners often experience sudden sweating, burping, or internal warmth. This diagram shows the mechanism in action. As oxygen supply increases, cellular metabolism accelerates. This spike in activity radiates excess heat and forces the body to expel waste particles through the skin and digestive system. Drowsiness or a sudden need to burp isn't a sign of poor focus. It's the sound of the body's physical machinery restarting and purging metabolic waste. Once the internal organs stabilize, the focus shifts to the muscular system. You may experience sudden jarring movements, limbs twitching, or the whole body jumping without warning. While these tremors are sometimes described as waves of energy, they have a concrete neurological explanation. Chronic stress keeps muscle fibers in a state of constant low-level contraction. When the nervous system finally begins to discharge this tension, the nerve sends a rapid signal that causes the fiber to snap into a relaxed, elongated state, resulting in a physical jerk. These jerks are a healthy reset, indicating that the muscles are finally releasing habitual patterns of long-term physical stress. The most dramatic shifts occur in the sensory network. You might see flashes of light or bright colors, or even smell unexpected fragrances like incense or flowers in a room that is completely empty. These visual and olfactory illusions are caused by heightened activity in the nervous system. As cranial blood pressure shifts, it can cause the optic nerve and the olfactory bulb to fire spontaneously, creating scents and images without any external source. This same heightened sensitivity affects your hearing. You might notice the booming sound of your own heartbeat or internal popping sounds that were previously tuned out by the brain. This is not a mystical connection to a different dimension, but a sudden increase in internal sensory perception. Some people feel their hands swelling to massive sizes, their skin crawling, or the sensation that their entire body is expanding or tilting to the side. These illusions are caused by sensory remapping in the somatosensory cortex, the brain's body map. As tension drops and blood flow shifts, the brain is temporarily confused by new signals. It recalibrates in real time, causing distortion until the update completes. Floating sensations and hallucinations are simply the neurological side effects of the brain updating its map to match your body's new physical baseline. As you move deeper into the practice, you will notice two final signs of improved internal flow: an increase in saliva and a much more vivid awareness of your heartbeat. These are biological markers of the autonomic nervous system successfully transitioning into a state of deep physiological repair. These bizarre and often uncomfortable sensations are the direct evidence that the practice is working. They are signs that your nervous system is repairing itself. However, while the phenomena we have explored today are normal transitions, this is also the stage where the risk of injury is highest. Not every strange sensation is a sign of healthy adjustment. Some are red flags of incorrect practice that can lead to long-term harm, and knowing the difference is what we will cover in our next episode.